The Low Scale Gaming Podcast is now available on Spotify, as well as iTunes and YouTube. If you enjoy the show, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome to the Low Scale Gaming Podcast, the week of May 25th, 2019. I'm your host, Ghostland's Finest, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Inferior Mage. Conan Jones is currently sitting in the dark because he's out of power.
Yeah.
So, besides not having power, how you doing?
I'm okay. We went to my mom's uncle's grandpa's cousin twice removed brother-in-law's sister's birthday party today.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice seeing family that know me that I don't know, but they had good barbecue. So
in the end, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I got to drive home in a storm and then had no power when we got home. Had power for a little bit and then the power got knocked out and here we are.
Your power goes out with like a gust of wind. It's just like,
yeah,
and your power is out.
Yeah, it's because we're so far away from everything.
Mage, how you doing?
I'm doing real well. It's been an interesting week.
Surviving the flood.
Yeah.
The lake is coming to you this Memorial Day weekend. What you guys don't know now is Mage is on lakefront property.
Yeah.
He's living the good life.
My property value just jumped up $500,000.
But everything else like plummeted.
Yeah, everything around me is just garbage.
Yeah. That's sad. People have lost everything, and
we're just sitting there, just like, oh yeah, hey, at least they got a lake.
Oh man.
To be honest, the storms are really weird. Like, because usually it's Southwest Oklahoma that gets all the storms, like all the rain or tornadoes or something like that. And
yeah, they used to get the tornadoes. No, east we get a lot of rain and thunderstorms. Not. We do get tornadoes, but not like
we do.
Not like Moore area. Not like the Moore area does.
You get baby tornadoes. We get Salty Spittoon tornadoes. You get Weenie Hunt Jr. tornadoes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't care. Like I'm happy that we don't get bad tornadoes down here.
You haven't lived
That's a good thing.
until you've been in an EF5 tornado. You don't know the rush.
Of narrowly escaping with your life.
Being in Oklahoma City while the tornado's hitting more, you don't know the rush.
Oh, the adrenaline's pumping. Oh man.
You got David Payne sitting there doing Naruto hand motions, just pointing at different things. Val, where you at, Val? Tell me what you got. All right.
See, that's the sad thing that I miss. Like, I miss the Oklahoma, like the live cat. Like, we don't have that here.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
so
it's all
like a thing for Oklahoma.
I don't know. Like, granted, like the National Weather Service is in Norman, so like, I'm sure there is, but it's way less of a thing than it is in Oklahoma.
Dude, that's like. I don't know what it is. That gets me hyped.
That's our jam.
Yeah. Like, listen to David Payne rap. Man, that's my jam right there.
It's like the David Payne drinking game that I see flying around every year.
I saw that.
If he says your county, like, take 3 shots, and it's like, dang, by the time if this storm doesn't kill me, the alcohol poisoning sure as hell will.
There's a hook.
Yeah.
The main meter.
I have sat there and watched these tornado things for years. I literally have no idea still what they're saying. All I know is when there's rotation, that's bad. And I have no idea what a hook means. They apparently have like 3 or 4 new terms this tornado season for things that I've never heard before in my life. And I don't know what's going on. I wish I went to school for that. Just so I could understand what they're saying.
Making way more money than we do.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
And like the 2 months that they get to actually have storms to work on.
Right? Because most of the time it's like, it's going to be hot. And then,
Yeah.
thanks, Ollie, for the weather.
Yeah.
It's going to snow. All right. We'll see you in April and May and a little bit of June. Oh.
That's really fun. That's funny.
Oklahoma weather though is the best. 1 sec.
So, well, I'm glad you've survived the flood, Mage. That's good.
Thank you. I'm just reading this article. Apparently, the Keystone Dam is releasing more water or releasing water faster than Niagara Falls released water.
I saw that. Like that's ridiculous to me.
Happened? Sorry, I'm back.
Oh,
I was recording the whole time, but what I miss?
The Keystone Dam, I think that's the dam by Weber's Falls, is releasing water faster than Niagara Falls.
Man.
Like it's I think last what I heard was like it's releasing like 30 Olympic pools worth of water every second.
Jesus Christ.
Like that's how they're having it's bad. But I can't imagine what the cleanup's going to be like when it starts receding.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, get flex tape in here now. Like,
no, we just need to get what's those things that Billy Mays used to sell? Not OxyClean, but the didn't he sell like sponges or something too?
The ShamWow.
ShamWow, okay.
It wasn't Billy Mays, but
know,
it was a different guy.
Weird
but
dude. Yeah.
ShamWow.
ShamWow. It's amazing. The Jesus sponge.
Yeah. Oh wait. Apparently he went to jail. What?
Billy Mays did?
No, the ShamWow guy. His name was Vince Offer.
I think I heard
in
that.
February 7th of 2009, Offer was arrested in Miami Beach, Florida, on charge of felony battery after an altercation with a 26-year-old prostitute. Offer contended that he struck the prostitute when he bit his tongue and would not let go.
What?
Prosecutors later declined to file more charges against either person.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Now, and where did this happen at? Of course, in Florida.
Yeah.
Was he on drugs?
Oh, all right, we're looking this up. This is a good story now.
Breaking news.
Lawsuits. Wait. Oh, arrest. Okay, it's just his arrest. And charged with felony battery. This is what I just read. But he didn't get any formal charges filed against him, so I guess it was all right. And that was in 2009. What was he selling in 2009? He was selling no, he was selling the slap chop. You remember that?
Yes, my mom had one of those.
Your mom would be the person that buys infomercial things.
Because then I think there was one of her friends did the Pampered Chef stuff, which was like it was like mixes. So like the powdered mix that you put in ramen noodles, it was like just the powdered mix, but it made like legitimate things. It was like, hey, mix this in with macaroni noodles, and it's like taco noodles or I don't know, some stupid stuff like that. But
that's weird.
Yeah, it was old white people things.
Yeah, in 2012 he sold the Sticky, a reusable lint roller.
Yeah. Do you guys ever watch Djibouti Dubs?
No, what?
Oh my god. Okay, so it's this guy who did voiceovers for all those weird infomercials.
Uh-huh.
And he did one for the Sticky that is I'll have to look it up here in a second.
Appropriate for the podcast?
Appropriate to talk about. I don't know about to like live watch.
In 2013 he sold the Invincible, a kitchen cleaner, I guess. He developed it himself, and it was the start of his comeback. and then now he's like, and the last thing he has on here is in 2014. He was uh in a commercial for Canada Green. Isn't that ginger ale soda?
That's Canada Dry.
Oh, what's Canada Green then?
I have no idea.
Canada Green. Yeah, I don't know. When I put in Canada Green, it brought me to like weed, and now I'm just like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do at all.
Safe search on.
It's like that's not what I'm about. now I'm gonna get a look on there and be like, what is this person doing?
Yeah.
They're gonna get 1,000 ads of just like buy from this dispensary here.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that or like medical marijuana like dispensary places all through my Facebook thing just because I googled Canada grass.
I mean, that legit happened to me when I was looking up stuff for cars.
Yeah.
Like all those deals. Like I started getting so many. I still have a bunch of ads like on Facebook.
It's so
just
creepy
for cars.
that happens.
Yeah, it kind of makes me mad. It's just like, really?
Like, get out of my head, all right? Like, I googled something about looking for a PlayStation cord, or I didn't even Google it. I did a Walmart search on it, like on the app, and now it shows up for my Amazon searches and on Facebook. It's like, come on, dude! Like,
quit dynamiting me.
Yeah, Tom wouldn't do this to me. Get off of me, Facebook.
Tom was the real OG, man.
He was everybody's friend.
We didn't know what we had till we lost him.
You don't know what you got till it's gone home. Alright, that was bad. Alright,
yeah.
So let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week.
I put just like the Arkansas River flooding because it's bad.
That is a good fail.
Like all week, my coworkers were freaking out because it was always something about like, is our lights going to turn off? Is our water going to get polluted? like, what's going on? And so it's been kind of a hectic work week because of it.
Oh.
For good reason. Like,
well, yeah. Like, so, and we had a lot of people that actually live in Tahlequah that commute. So it's like doubly important for them, and they're like displaced because they weren't even at Fort Gibson when it got. Because Fort Gibson got evacuated last night. I don't know if it's still that way, but
I have no idea any of these like places that's up north.
Yeah.
You were speaking in a different language to me. Like I know where like Tulsa is, I know where Muskogee is, and I know where Stillwater is.
Like 95% to the east of 35 is just like no man's land.
Now you know how I felt the first 3 years in Weatherford.
Yeah. I was like, you might everything to the east of 35 might as well just be Arkansas.
Yeah. Like
you're not quite as bad as Texas, but
I know.
But forget Gibson's the.
Go ahead.
Fort Gibson's the next biggest city that's closest to Muskogee. Okay. It's literally on the other side of the Arkansas River, like
do they
just
have
right
a
over.
Walmart?
They do. It's a four. They have like a 4A, 5A school.
Do they have a McDonald's?
Yeah.
Do they have a Sonic?
What town is this?
Yeah. Fort Gibson.
All right, it's a pretty good sized town then if they got those three things.
Yeah, they have a bunch of stuff. Their band usually makes like finals in OBA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're usually like top 5 in OBA every year at 4A, 5A.
Dang.
Good. That's cool.
Well, Conan Jones, what is your fail of the week?
So my fail this week is like I'm applying for jobs and stuff, and I'm not hearing back from anyone. Like,
you applied at that one place I talked about yesterday, or the day before yesterday.
Let's talk about it later because I've applied at so many places I don't remember what. Like,
okay.
I've heard back officially from one school that she just said, "Hey, you didn't make the cut for my first round of interviews. If it hits the fan and, need somebody else, like, I'll give you a call, but don't count on it."
Damn, what school is it?
We'll talk later. But so it's, yeah. So that's disheartening. And then just like not hearing back from anyone about anything. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting it figured out.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. We're dealing, getting it figured out. So, you can do what you do.
Right.
I saw that. I can't talk about it.
Okay.
I was about the city drop where you're going.
All right.
Oh.
I got myself. Don't worry about
it. Good job. No edits. No edits so far. We're like 13 minutes into this. Don't job, jinx everybody. All right. Well, my fail of the week is a pretty dumb one on my part. I have no idea what I did wrong last week, and I hope I don't do it wrong this time. But the data from last week's episode is just corrupted. And that's why there wasn't one on there. And I didn't realize it until Sunday when I'm editing the podcast and it's not going through my, I run it through three different programs to get it to an first I record it through OBS, I convert it to an MP3, and I throw it in Audacity. And when I threw it into Audacity, it just kept on saying files corrupted. And it was the first half of that, the first half of it, the one that we did for 10, 15 minutes or whatever from last week, works fine. It's there, everything's fine. But then the second half of it, the actual meat of everything did not work. And I'm kind of mad about it.
All right.
That's why there was no episode last week. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't think I can.
Yeah, it seems like we'll probably just have to have a blank week because I'm not going back and record. It's hard enough to record stuff when we're supposed to, much less.
Oh no, we're not going. But yeah, we're not going back on it. No, that's just is what it is.
Yeah.
That's my fail of the week.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well,
is that all three of us?
Yeah, it's all three of us.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into topic one. This one's not going to be so much about So just like how it was last summer, whenever we get into summer mode, our topic ones become less about school and more about life in general.
Still band director life, but
yeah, but this one's good. They're going to be more whenever it comes around the time we're the end of July, beginning of August, whenever camp time is coming around. That's when we'll probably jump back into the teaching ones. But for now, these topics are going to be more focused on life things and game things and just things that we just want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, just like last summer. We're consistent.
Yes. For our second summer.
Yeah. Going strong. All right, Conan Jones, what's our topic one?
So topic one this week kind of stems off my fail. Since I'm not getting callbacks, I'm getting to the point where I need to start figuring out something for me to have a job and stuff. So we're dedicating to moving because my wife has already accepted her job.
July 17th.
So July 7th.
Sorry. That school I heard was getting raises for their teachers too.
Yeah, they are. So she shall be my sugar mama, and she will make a poop load of money. Well, compared to normal teachers, I guess. But I'm still just I need to find something for me to do. If I can't find me a job in the area, because we still want to live together, so I have to have a decent commute.
It's like y'all are married or something.
Yeah, well, my superintendent here was well, she can just go there and you can just stay here. And
no,
he
did not say that.
He was I had to do that with my wife. We had to live together. We had to live separately for 3 years.
What?
I was like, yeah,
hold on. Let's
I'm
put
not
a T
doing
on that.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go any further, this is discussion. This is like topic 1.5 now. Who in their right mind would get married and then just be like, hey, besides military people, say get married and then be like, hey, I'll see you in 3 years.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Could you do that?
I don't know.
I would like I don't.
That would mean like what, like weekend trips to see each other, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And
it's
I'm
like
just
you're
like
long distance dating again.
yeah. And it's like that's there are other reasons behind why we're moving, which I'm not getting into here.
Yeah.
But like
it
that
totally defeats the whole purpose of it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, I'm not about this life. So
yeah, not to mention that you'd be paying for like double, because if you guys are sharing a bank account, then you're paying for 2 separate households.
Yeah, because like I would have to move in with somebody here and have a roommate, and she would have to do the same there, and to make things doable.
That was literally the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard a superintendent say.
He's a nice guy, but I don't think he quite thought that one all the way through.
Well, I've heard of other people doing that, but it's usually for jobs with a much higher income.
Yes,
because of like business trip type stuff.
Yeah, if you were getting paid like what, like $75 a year, I could see it work. I could see maybe having to do something like that.
Like, I would say more like 150. Like 75 is really good, but to make me leave my spouse for that long for 75, I don't think 75 is that good.
Okay, to be fair though, sometimes you might want to leave your spouse. I'm not saying you want to leave them for 3 years, but maybe a couple days might do some good sometimes.
A vacation with the boys is due,
but not.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a difference between a vacation with the boys and like being
gone for 3 years. That's
because I mean, know how
what
our schedules work. Like we're in class all week, and then on Saturday we have contests, and Sunday you have to spend doing laundry and cleaning up and getting ready for the rest of the week. So it's like, well, we can't see each other every week because I've got to do laundry, and so I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. But it kind of circles back around.
Yeah, let's go back to topic one
the real original.
Ripped apart your dang superintendent for just being legitimately dumb.
Yeah, well, he was trying to be helpful, kind of cover his own end, and I don't think he was being serious.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, that's that. I'm kind of dealing with that and trying to figure out if there's something that I would enjoy that's kind of similar but not quite the same to teaching band.
I don't know if you could actually do this. What if you like started doing your own like computer store thing? Like
what? You timed out.
Building computers or like fixing computers. I mean, there's always a market for that, and you know how to build a computer better than anybody I know.
Fair.
I mean, there's a market. There's always a market for technology. That's always something to like good to invest in is technology.
That market, the job market for that, just computer stuff is supposed to like raise like 17% as far as like availability for those kind of jobs in like the next 5 years.
So, I mean,
so like that's my other deal is like I don't really want to go back to school because I'm still paying off my band director certificate.
Right.
It's like I'm not gonna cancel it out because I mean I'm not above going back to school, but I was like I can't afford doing that right now. So,
well, no, I mean that's something I was thinking about.
As far as stuff with your degree, I mean you can get alternately certified for other subjects and teach a different subject. You wouldn't have to go back to school for that. You just have to pay some money and take an OSAT test.
Yeah.
You could
pass it.
Yeah, I mean, those tests I didn't think were that hard.
Some of them, yeah.
Anyway.
The music one's dumb.
Yeah, that one was pretty. It was pretty easy, and then there were some questions that were like completely ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyways,
but there you could do maybe work for a music store, either repair or give lessons. I don't know if I would give lessons full time, but that could definitely get you some money to hold you off for a little while.
Yeah. That's kind of something I was looking at and just seeing what it was like to try to be, like work at a music store.
I mean, it's basically like it's retail type stuff.
Yeah.
But with
because I was talking with my road rep on how he got to be a road rep, and I thought that'd be like, I think being a road rep would be cool, and driving around to the different schools and picking up stuff and seeing everybody, and
you come see
you know
me.
what I mean?
Yay!
Yeah.
Do like the retired band director thing. I feel like that's where retired band directors go. Is do road rep stuff.
Yeah, which is like, that's kind of what I told him. I was like, in Oklahoma, that's kind of the main people you see doing that stuff for just the retired band directors who've been doing it for years and years and years and years, and now are retired and still have something to do. And I was like, I don't know if that's like a requirement or if it's just kind of how it's just always worked out. But like the guy that I've had here in Texas, he's been doing it for 20 years. And then he started in the back at the store and was cleaning instruments in the summer. And then he kind of got promoted to the front of the store, and then he is a road rep. So it's like,
started from the bottom and now we're here.
And he didn't spend 40 teaching junior high kids what a B flat and an F are to have to drive a Suburban across the state to pick up broken saxophones.
I like teaching. I'm maybe it's just because it's been my first year, but I don't really want to do anything else.
That's great.
And seeing that's my deal too. Is like, I don't think I really want to do anything else, but I'm kind of just fighting that reality of I might have to find something else to keep food on the table and keep the lights on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a job's a job kind of deal.
Yeah.
Shoot. You could also do maybe find a church that needs like a choir director or something. Those are pretty easy jobs, and churches will pay pretty well for them.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But then you have to deal with the whole church atmosphere type thing.
And then you got to be there on Wednesdays and both Sundays. Like, your Sundays are, like, done.
Yeah. But, I mean, overall, it's really not too bad. Because I've covered our choir director before when taking breaks or had to do something else. He doesn't just do choir directing. It's really not bad. Like, I mean, granted, our choir is actually pretty good and they're pretty easy to deal with, but if you have a decent piano player, that's kind of the deal. Like, if you have a decent piano player, then your choir's it's a breeze.
And see, like, that's another deal with me is like I was proficient at piano and I got through the class, but I hated every little bit of it. Like,
right. But usually you're not the one playing piano.
Correct. But like at the same time, like it's the same thing of, hey, this is how I want it to be. Okay, I've got to be able to do it. But like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you also want to find something that, because then like also like the church that you got hired for might have a different religious belief than you do, and they might have some different tradition type stuff. But it's an option.
Yeah. See, and it's still weird to think about like music in church because I was raised Church of Christ, which is all a cappella, and there's no instrumentals. Period.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
I love it because then like you have like everyone trying to sing the parts. and they're all equally bad.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like the church I grew up in. It was actually pretty good. Was singing and stuff. So it really like all of the stuff I was learning in band and the music stuff was just kind of cemented at church.
I went to a First Baptist church in my hometown, and we played music. I played bass guitar with my band director.
Yeah. I remember the first time I went to a Methodist service in college. I was at OU for the first time, and it was just like the most ridiculous and outlandish thing to me to see that.
What, see people like having fun in church?
Well, like a drum set and a guitar and like
actually wanting to be there.
Good, giving Conan too hard of a time.
I know. I'm sorry, Conan.
He's got real quiet. He's upset now.
I'm sorry.
To be fair, the Wesley Foundation at OU is like the largest one in Oklahoma.
I will tell y'all this: when I was in high school, when I was dating that one chick, that she has a name that we are not going to say on here. I went to her church with her, and it was one of those weird. What was it called?
Jehovah.
Where the people like whenever they pray, they start like talking in tongues, and they have a revival like every like day, pretty much.
Oh, I have no idea. That's called a cult.
Is it? I think is it Pentecostal?
Yeah, I think it might be. It sounds right.
All I know, like, weirdest thing ever in my life was being there. I'm just like, I'm here to hang out with my girlfriend, and we're here at this church, and now she's like on the floor having a seizure. What?
Do I need to call like 911 or something?
Who's that one guy?
Who's
that one guy that had that huge cult that he said that he would like heal, and he would hire actors that pretended to be like paraplegic, and he's like, "You are healed," and they would stand up.
Oh my god!
Who is that guy?
I don't know,
because he had the biggest cult in California.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
But
that's kind of what that reminds.
I went to that church for like a year and a half. It was, oh, it was so weird, man.
The power of hormones, all right?
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it was. The power of hormones compels me.
This feels wrong, but she feels so right.
Oh my god, Mage.
So that's kind of what I'm dealing with, and like I'm coming to terms with if I'm like
I totally forgot what we was even talking about.
What we were even doing in the first place.
I thought we were just bashing your church.
We love you, Conan.
Sorry, Conan.
So they're opening up that new Amazon thing in the city too. That my mom was like, "You should do that," and I was like, "Oh, I've seen that South Park episode. I know how that works."
What Amazon thing?
They're opening an Amazon packing facility by Will Rogers Airport in Oklahoma
It's
City.
like a distribution center.
I literally flip it off every time I drive by it.
Why?
Because Amazon's a bad like workplace.
You don't like Elon Musk?
It's not Elon Musk that runs it.
Oh, he does Tesla. Right. Who is it?
It's Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
Like that dude that looks like an alien.
Yeah, he does kind of the same stuff that Elon Musk does, like shoot rockets into space and everything.
Yeah, but Elon Musk seems like he's a good dude, and does dank memes on Twitter and stuff.
He just seems insane to me. He had that anime.
But at least he's like insane. With but he's still like, I'm sending a car into space. Not, hey, I'm insane. I'm gonna send a missile into space. You know what I'm saying? There's two different types of insane, and I much rather have Elon Musk type of insane than any other kind.
The like conquer insane.
Yeah. I don't know. What would you think about that, Conan Jones? The disposition or whatever that place is. You said the Amazon place.
I mean, it's kind of at this point. I'm kind of looking at stuff as like it would be a job.
Well,
like
you should probably did you send? Okay.
I haven't done anything for anything that's not band related.
Okay.
I've just kind of been looking. So.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, it's just like kind of apply anywhere and have something.
Yeah, like
if not for money, just having something to do. Because
well, I mean, I'd kind of have to have money too.
Yeah, but I'm telling you now, Conan, not having a job for a long, long time really messes with your brain.
Oh,
does it?
Yeah, like real bad. Because you like, at least for me. Because like I spent like a summer jobless, and I kind of felt worthless pretty much, and I got really deeply depressed.
It's like I plan on doing something, like even if it's like working it on cue or something. Like
right. It's just one of those things. It's like if worse comes to worse, swallow that pride and get something.
Oh yeah,
because being without something, it gets bad after a while.
Yeah.
Like at first you're like, oh, I have all this free time, and then after like 2 weeks of it, you're like,
no, like
garbage.
I start feeling like that over the summer. Like after like this first week coming up, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm bored. Like, can I go to the school and do something? Like,
I've been out for like 2.5 weeks. That cross has not crossed my mind at all. I've been more mad that I haven't been able to sleep in until noon than anything else.
Well, I mean, but yeah, but you have a job and stuff, so it's not like you have that stressor hanging over you.
Hey, I got stressful things going on.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
been helping you out, is you've been having to deal with all of that stuff. Like, when I'm on break, I just sit here and like stare at my computer screen, which high school me is like yelling because I'm complaining about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah, being non-productive for a long time really messes with you.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I'm gonna find something regardless. I just wanted to try to find something that was useful of the time and effort and money I've already spent on a degree.
Right.
Oh yeah, I completely understand. Like completely.
But
what about colleges? I mean, I know you have a master's.
No, I don't. I just started it. I didn't finish it.
Oh really?
Yeah. Master
So
Jones.
I thought you finished everything.
Yeah, no, I just have the that 2 semesters worth of stuff.
Oh, so it's like half done, or is that like?
I really don't even know, because the people in charge of it just kind of screwed me on stuff, and I don't know if I even got credit for stuff. And one of the classes was taught by Dr. Wyden the semester he passed away, and then it got picked up. Well, it was a weird semester.
You still having to pay for it?
Oh, I'll be paying off my student loans until like I'm dead.
Rip.
Yeah, good on you guys for not being white.
I mean, Mage never like. I don't think Mage, did you do anything to get money from the tribe?
No.
Your tribe is Osage, correct?
Yeah, my school was all paid for by scholarship.
Oh.
I didn't have to withdraw loans till like my last year.
Yeah, that's how mine was too.
It was like maybe like the last year and a half kind of deal, because I also did a summer school thing, and scholarships for some reason didn't cover the summer semester.
Yeah.
But no, usually whenever I withdrew student loans, it was like because I needed some money, not for school, but for like personal things to help me get through school. So I do have some student loans, but it's not bad.
Right. Well,
yeah, and I can't imagine paying for all of school with student loans.
Yeah, I couldn't either. That'd be crazy. Like, because how college is expected to kind of go to have like not saying that this is true, but it's just how it's perceived that to have a meaningful life, you have to go to college, but you have to put yourself in like so much a mountain of debt that it's like you're paying it off for the rest of your life. Seems a bit ridiculous.
Right. Now, usually student loans are usually pretty good about letting you make really low payments.
Yeah.
But then you're never going to pay them off at that.
Because that's my deal right now, is that one, I didn't know how the loans that I had worked. So whenever I got the thing and said, hey, you've got like $8,000 this semester with this loan. And I'm just like, heck yeah. Like,
money.
I'm going to go to Walmart and buy a crap load of food. And yeah, let's hit up Carl's Jr. All right, you need to go to the liquor store? All right, let's go. And then, the semester was awesome. But then now that I'm like, oh, the semester only cost me $3,000, but I took out $7,000. So now I had $4,000 worth of just crap that I just spent on alcohol.
Yeah.
Or whatever XYZ that I could have not had to pay back with all of this freaking interest. Like, and nobody said that until it's now like already done and over.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So
that's ridiculous.
They don't really prepare you. Like, getting out of high school, they don't prepare you for the student loan thing.
No, you think you would learn stuff like that in school, but it's like, oh, you have to learn the Pythagorean theorem, and the hypotenuse of a square is sorry.
Conan Jones, I'll ask around about some things, see what I can find for you.
Yeah, keep your ears open.
Around there.
There's a couple of Facebook groups I'm a part of that you might be a part of, but I can see if you're on them or not, and I'll invite you if they're not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a part of several, but
I figure you might be. But usually they post something if something opens up.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. So this week, Microsoft and Sony had an agreement, and it was really weird seeing this agreement come by. But it's not like, oh hey, Master Chief's coming to PlayStation. It's not like, and that's really Microsoft's only first-party game I could think of.
Okay.
That's coming to PlayStation. But it was an agreement between cloud gaming, and it was to fight off what the Google and what's the other one? What was the Google's having a stream
is it Twitch or Amazon?
Google Stadia. I don't even know. Stadia. Yeah. It's the battle of that pretty much. It is kind of it's weird seeing the two rivals that's been neck and neck for such a long time come to an agreement about something, about fighting off somebody else.
Yeah.
Get that common enemy type thing.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy becomes my friend. What do you think this means for coming up with the next? Because our next big console generation is coming up next year, most likely. Rumored that the PlayStation 5 rumored specs were released or dropped or whatever on accident. And Microsoft was supposed to be announcing, or is rumored to be announcing their next console at E3 this year, next month, or actually in 2 weeks. So, or 3 weeks, excuse me. So what do you guys think that this big next generation is going to be? Do you think it's going to be more focused on cloud streaming now? Now that it's kind of the flavor of the month now? Or what do you think our next thing's going to be?
Mage, you got some, you want me to go?
I think that it's going to really build the road to cross-platform gaming, which I really would like. I know they've been talking about that for forever, and this is a good start because cloud. All this is basically just like streaming and memory storage type deal. But I think that's a good step forward to working together to get cross-platform gaming.
Yeah, I don't think any of this is going to affect like the next gen stuff. I think we're probably too far along that cycle for any of this to really have any play.
Well, we don't actually know what next generation is going. It's not set in stone exactly like what it's going to be. There's a hint that it is going to be like cloud gaming is going to be the new thing, because Microsoft is releasing that console later this summer that doesn't have a disk drive in it, and it's just for downloading games off of their store.
So I mean, it's the same thing as a PC.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, it is Microsoft.
Yeah.
But let's go
get better VR technology.
No.
VR is getting
I don't understand.
Getting a lot better. It's not having as many investors as
what do you not
console
understand, Conan?
I don't understand why the discless thing everybody's freaking out about.
Drops the price. It drops it down $100 pretty much.
Yeah, and that's it though. Like everything else is the same.
It's still an Xbox One, just without the disc drive.
Yeah, you're just downloading your games instead of coming from a disc. It's just coming off the internet.
I mean, I've kind of moved to that now, anyways, with just playing everything off of cloud, like off of downloading games off the internet and stuff.
Don't you have to do that anyway with a disc?
Pretty much, you have to download like the updates to it and stuff. Like the last game I think that I legitimately played from a disc is Destiny 2, I think.
America needs to do a little bit better with getting internet availability to rural areas. If we're going to go straight to, because everything in like internet technology going in is getting so far advanced that it's kind of ridiculous that people don't have internet.
Yeah. It's kind of funny on that line. I was listening to the bomb. It was either the bomb or it might have been the Beastcast the other day, and they were kind of talking about something similar and just with internet prices. And one of the guys was talking that he had, the fiber connection and had 2,500 down or something like that, and he's had it for years. And then somebody had written in and said, "Dude, that's a pipe dream where I live. Like if you get 15." You're a god, and you're paying upwards of $200 a month for 15 down. And they just could not believe it living in New York City. And it's like, that's the reality for most of us out here, like not in a big city, is that internet is crap, and you're going to pay a crap load for it.
Like I got 100 down and 10 up, and it's $70.
Yeah, and you're living like a god right now compared to where I'm
happy
at.
about it. I wasn't even trying to like gloat or anything about it. I'm happy
it's not
about
the best anybody has, but it's way better than what most people in our area have.
Yeah. Like it's not the best I've ever had, because I've had fiber optic before. It was $60 a month, 100 down, 100 up. So
where at? OKC.
OKC from AT&T.
Oh man, I really want fiber optic.
I still have the box too. That's why they've been calling me. Because I forgot to send it back.
I would no-life it for a little bit and binge so much internet with fiber optic.
I did. Oh my god, I did. Good times.
She's like, "Hey, I'm taking a week off. You're not going to see me. No one's going to see me.
Ever
again. Where did Mage go? Nobody knows.
I'm in the web.
I am the web.
Mage wrecks the internet.
Oh, Lordy.
But I think this is a nice step I think that's kind of where we're working to now is cloud gaming and streaming services, kind of like maybe like a a Netflix for video games kind of thing, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the next step of our market because that's everyone else has kind of done it, so now it's probably our turn to kind of do it too.
Like a GameFly, but doesn't suck.
Yeah, tell me about it. Gamefly's awful.
I remember I always wanted GameFly, but we never did. Like I remember my friend in high school, his dad had it, and yeah, it's just like, man, I'm so jealous.
I guess back then, whenever you could get the game and play it that day, or like whenever you got the game, you could play it that day. But now every game comes with oh, you need a 40, 60 gigabyte download patch before you can even play the game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And the people that have bad internet, won't be able to play it that day. It's ridiculous.
I'm downloading Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've been doing that.
That's 103 gigabyte download, right?
Yeah, it's huge. Well, I think it's like 80, 90 gigabyte.
A good game though, good story mode. It
I'm excited
just drags on for days. But he's a good boy.
Boy.
I still remember that intro of the podcast that I did when I did it.
Oh my god, that was like the best thing in the world.
Intro ever. I need to hear that. I forgot what episode that is. I know it's called Red Dead Podcast, I think. I just forgot what episode number it was.
Oh, I totally forgot about that thing. Holy crap.
Welcome to I'm not doing it in the game. But it was a lot more rougher than that, I think. I couldn't believe I did that.
You had to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
Oh, that hurt. I remember when I did that, I had to have water next to me so I wouldn't die. Now I'm interested in finding it now that I brought it up.
Have to go look for it.
Red Dead Podcast. Here we go.
Gonna listen to it again?
Yep, I'm listening to it.
I'm a man.
It's
I'm
episode
40.
30. Oh, we don't have episode. Oh, yeah, it is. Let's see. Wait. That's not it. What?
The ridiculous intro with that thing that you spliced together. Yeah, that was the. That one was funny.
That was my favorite one.
I listened to that not too long ago because I was looking at the some of the older videos that we had on our older clips that we had on Spotify. I played that one again and I was listening to it and I was like, "This was so funny." It's still great.
So yeah, that's what I thought we were talking about, but I was wrong.
Where is Pioneer
Wrong again,
at?
Conan Jones.
You know where Pioneer's at?
Pioneer?
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's one of those western cities, I bet.
It's
random.
Okay, it's south of Chickasha. Okay. All right, where are we at now? Topic 3. What have we been playing this week? Well, it's summertime. I needed something to spend my time on. I jumped down a rabbit hole and started playing MMO again.
Tell me more.
I told myself that I was not going to play another MMO until I was set in life with a good job where I could balance my time better. And I feel like I have that now. I feel like, I think I do. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I do. So I started playing Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Mage, have you ever played that or heard of it?
Yeah, I have.
Have you ever played it?
Yes, I have.
Have you? What
Yeah,
level
we
did you
played it
get
a little
to?
bit when we were in college.
Oh, did you like it?
I actually did.
Well, do I have a story for you? Because Conan Jones has also been playing Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn with me.
Woo!
I managed to get Conan to play an MMO with me that he didn't immediately put down after one day of playing it. So it's a win in my book that he played it for what I think it's the second day you've played it now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I think you played it for 2 days now. It's a fun, man. I love MMOs. Like, it's a time sink that I can just sit here and feel like, even though I'm just sitting here all summer not doing a thing, that um everything's fine. Like, I can just sit here and play this. I already got the level. So with before I say my level in it, each you only make one character with it, and each character can be everything in the game. Like, you can go
Yeah.
from being a tank to being a healer to a DPS, like, in a matter of just switching your weapon. So the first one that I wanted to level up was Lancer, which jobs into Dragoon at level 30. And I've always liked Lancers with people that fight with that, like that style with spears and everything. My favorite champion in League of Legends is Jin Zhao, just because he does the spear knock up kind of thing. It would be cool if he did like a cool jump instead of his dash he does, but that's just me asking for too much. Anyways, so I leveled up Dragoon up to level 50 already.
Good lord.
Is that the max?
The max is level 70.
So you're pretty close, though.
Well, level 50 is the max for the base game of Realm Reborn. So,
Are you getting the expansion then, I guess?
well, you can get Heaven's Sword for free with it.
Oh.
So I can level up to level 60. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I haven't got to play tonight yet because when I got home I took a nap. So, yeah. Conan Jones, tell us about your experience with it.
I haven't totally hated it. I'm still kind of figuring it out. Like, I don't have a whole lot of experience with MMOs. So it's just taken me a little bit to get, like, not necessarily to get into, but to kind of figure out and get over the cat people not actually talking and just like very weirdly moving their mouth.
Yeah, I got you on that one. I like it because the art style is more. I know it's MMO, but it feels like it's more realistic and more adulty than what World of Warcraft is.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft will always hold a place near and dear to my heart just because of how many years I put into it, and I've met good friends on that game that I still talk to today. But Final Fantasy XIV is just, it's hard to compare the two other than just saying that they're both MMOs. It's literally like comparing apples to oranges. While they're the same game, while they're still the same, like, idea of, oh hey, this is an MMO. Oh hey, go do this, you're leveling up, you're playing with other people. The the journey across it feels completely different. And I like it. It's been a weird change, but I like it. And I also like that it's cross-platform, because this is a game that me and Conan can play together.
As on his PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation and PlayStation and computer is the only one that's cross-platform. I don't think Xbox is cross-platform with anybody. With that one.
Ever.
No. But I have played on my computer, my old computer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that.
For Xbox. I'm seeing if it is cross-platform for Xbox. Oh, it's not even on Xbox One. I didn't even know that.
No.
I had no
Monster
idea.
Hunter World. Monster Hunter World got a new update.
What one?
Expansion. Monster Hunter.
Oh. I've never played that. I have that game, and I just did not like it.
That's fair. I think it's a lot of fun when you play with people.
Right.
And it's really grindy when you play by yourself. Like when you're playing with people, it's great because you're like, I'm with my 3 buds, and we're hunting down a big old T-Rex. And it's fantastic. Or you're attacking a dragon up in the sky. But when you're by yourself, it's like, oh, I'm hunting down this thing because I want this armor, and I have to get like 5,000 deals with this deal. So you just keep hunting the same things over and over again, and you kind of get yourself in that rut.
Right.
And some people love that. Like some people love the grind. I am not one of those people.
I like the grind if it's fun. If it's like fun and honestly, if it's kind of flashy, I like it. But if it's not, then it's just kind of boring.
No, the grind, like it's a different like the monsters and Monster Hunter, they have a set move set, but it feels like a different hunt every single time you hunt that creature.
Yeah.
So I will say that for those that like the grind stuff, it is a fun grind because it doesn't feel the same every single time. Not to mention that you can use different weapons and different ways to hunt the monster every single time.
Right.
So Monster Hunter World is a great game.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. It's like for me, I hate playing it by myself, but because I like the experience of it, not the grind of it.
Yeah.
One of those things.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into life advice with Ghosts. This week, I know I normally weigh these at old Mage over there, but this week, Conan Jones, you gotta not give up with this look for finding a good job that you want to do. Okay, just because one door closes doesn't mean a window doesn't open somewhere else. Okay, don't ever
a window.
Don't ever give up on this search. All right, and if it doesn't work out that you don't find a teaching job, don't settle for Little Caesars. Okay, I've joked about it enough that I'm not making the joke anymore because I don't want to make you mad. I'm bringing up Little Caesars as in context this time to be like, just don't settle for whatever job you can find. I disagree with what Mage was saying about killing the pride or whatever and finding whatever you can. I don't agree with that because if you find something that you absolutely hate more than whatever you did before, then you're just going to burn you out even more and make you even more depressed. So don't give up on finding a teaching job or a job that's in your degree. Okay? That's my life advice for you.
I appreciate the life advice.
Never give up.
Never surrender. Up. Trust your instincts. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Conan Jones, what is your win of the week?
School is over. I'm not going back. That's just kind of my win. Like,
That's fair.
So,
Mage, let's hear your win.
I got me a new car for my birthday. And I'm talking.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yesterday was Mage's birthday.
Yep.
Mage is like 25 now, right?
I am 25.
So, happy birthday to Inferior Mage.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
But yeah, I got me like, and I'm talking like brand new.
We go from Conan's life advice to Mage gloating about his car.
Well, I'm happy about it.
Okay.
This is my first car that I have. It's just my name. I didn't need a cosigner.
Okay.
I felt good about the deal coming out of it, which that's a win in itself. Feeling good about a car deal. Let me tell you what.
Can't relate because I've never actually gone to go buy a new car yet. So,
but I mean, like, yeah, I'm happy with it. It drives real well. It looks really pretty. The inside's really nice.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad you got to do that.
I'm happy.
So, my win of the week is that normally this would be like me like being mad about it, but tomorrow's my family reunion, and as people probably know in this podcast, I hate crowds, and sometimes I hate my family even more than crowds.
Can relate.
But our family reunions are pretty much just showing off. Like it's any sort of reunion, like high school reunion, anything like it's just showing off what you got. And I'm the first one from my like family's generation to graduate from college and to have like a good paying job. So it's not so much that I'm going to be gloating about it. It's that my grandma gets to show me around like I'm a damn show pony, and like with all my damn ribbons and stuff. She legitimately asked me if I could bring my trophies that I got from from um from Heartland.
That's so sweet.
I was just like, Grandma, I love you to death. That's not my property.
She's so proud of you, though.
I know she is, but she just wants to just show. I know, and I was like, I can't. Okay, I want to, like, because I thought about it too. I'm just like, as much as like dislike family things like this, I like getting the deserved recognition that I've deserved because I feel like I've done a good job here where I'm at. All things considered, with the situation that I went into and the outcomes, I think have been, what I believe far exceeded what was thought was going to happen.
Well, we're proud of you too.
I know y'all are, but I'm just meaning like my administration. I think that's the reason why my administration likes me so much, is because I've exceeded everything that kind of what they thought what a music teacher does. Whenever I came to ask them about if I could take these kids to different ensemble, like solo and ensemble state contests, these contests, Heartland, or the marching festivals I want to go to next summer or next fall, he looked at me. He was just like, I didn't know y'all had so many things to do. Like, yeah, we want to take these kids to all these things. So I like the recognition that I'm getting because it's one thing to just get it just because like you just giving it to you, but it really feels like that I've earned all this, and that's why I'm really happy about it. I'm not letting it get to my head, of course, but I probably will tomorrow, just because I'll be around my family, and 75% of my family I cannot stand to be around for more than an hour or two every 2 years.
It's kind of how I feel about some of my family too.
No, I think everyone has a couple of family members that they feel that way about.
The other thing is like none of my sisters are going. Well, one of my sisters is going, and I'm kind of bummed about it. My uncle's going that I like, but other than that,
I'm
like,
sorry.
it's gonna be
What'd you
me.
say?
Like the people that I'm gonna sit there and talk with are my grandma, everybody that my grandma shows me off to, my uncle, and my sister. And my little brother's gonna be there, of course, but I mean he's with me. But he's probably just gonna be playing around with his cousins and stuff, which is fine. I mean, that's why we have it at a park so the kids can go run off and do whatever.
Do his thing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my win of the week. It'll probably be my fail of the week next week, though. So
yeah,
no,
report back.
We'll report back next week. Yep.
So.
Back to square one.
All right, we good for this week?
I'm good if y'all are good.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at Low Scale Gaming. If you have any questions or a subject you want us to talk about in the next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. But thank you guys again. And remember, have a great day and have a better tomorrow.